We've always said that police do too much.
Chaz Moore with the Austin Justice Coalition says since his group's inception, they've called for community alternatives to policing.
We've always said that they are not best equipped to help every call that comes through 911.
After former Austin police officer Christopher Taylor was sentenced to 2 years in prison Tuesday for the 2019 death of Maurice De Silva during a mental health crisis, Austin Police Association President Michael Bullock says perhaps it's no longer safe for officers to respond to these types of calls. Texas Municipal Police Association President Kevin Lawrence says these are revolving conversations he's seen again and again during his decades in law enforcement. With a study from Equity Action finding that 1 in every 5 police calls in Austin is related to mental health, he thinks groups like AGC would come to regret that move.
Things will get much worse in that case, and a lot of people are going to get hurt in the meantime.
Taylor's own legal history speaks to the evolution of public safety and police accountability in Austin. In 2020, he shot and killed Michael Ramos during an incident in which he says he feared for the safety of his fellow officers. After a mistrial last year, the murder charge against him was dropped in June of this year. He was then convicted of deadly conduct for De Silva's death in October.
That person deserves love and care, and patience and kindness.
Following protests here in Austin, a lot has changed since 2020. How calls are dispatched, the creation of a mental health court, and the 2023 voter-approved Police Oversight Act. All progress, Moore says he's proud of.
I think the biggest win is that growing ideology in the city of Austin that maybe the police is not the end-all be-all when it comes to public safety, right?
For Lawrence, after initial calls in 2020 to slash police budgets across the state, he says he's glad to see the pendulum swinging the other way. The city of Austin and the Austin Police Department just agreed to the first contract in nearly 2 years, making APD the highest-paid department in the state. Lawrence says it's the first step in recruiting to combat serious police shortages here in Austin and across the state.
Families are putting pressure on their law enforcement officers and potential law enforcement officers, just telling them don't get into that business at all. We have to find a way to reverse that.
Both men agree that the conversation never stops.
We got to do better. We got to focus on the process and not focus on pointing fingers and trying to affix blame.
Nor should it.
What does alternatives to policing look like? What does making sure that everybody that calls 911 can get the help they need?
Reporting in Austin, Andrew Freeman, CBS Austin News.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.